In today's video, we are going to be breaking down the Horns basketball plays, or at least a few of them, that the Indonesian National Basketball team uses with their team, and you could use with your team as well. So let's get down and let's check these out. Okay, so in this first play, these players move down towards the corners really quickly. A Horns offense is when you've got two players out there, you've got another two players in the high post, and of course the player at the point. What we're going to have is the high post player on the right side. He's going to be popping out towards the three-point line, and the point guard is going to be passing him the ball. At this point in time, there's going to be a dribble handoff between those two players, and then that player who does that dribble handoff is going to cut across the point, and he's going to be using player 15, which is the other high post player, as a screen. And now those two players are going to be setting a staggered screen away for the player who was standing in this corner. However, what we do see is a wide open three against the Philippines because, of course, they made a massive mistake. He was saying, hey, switch, you got him, I'll take this guy, everything's fine. But they did not listen. There was a massive, hey, go get this guy. They're both saying it right now to him. And they made a massive mistake, and of course Indonesia basically torched them from the three-point line in this play. But however, a little bit better communication on defense, this could have been stopped. So they were obviously playing a man-to-man defense. We have player 4 pop out. At this point in time, we now have player 1 and 4 come together for a dribble handoff, and now player 5 goes up and sets that screen for player 4. Player 1 should have stayed here. Player 4 is going to most likely get hung up on that screen, and what we're going to now have is a staggered screen away, player 5 coming off of that screen for player 2. Now at this point, when the staggered screen is used, player 2 is going to be cutting up towards the point, and most likely what you're going to see is player 4 rolling off of that screen, so that now player 1 has the option for player 2 to hit that 3, or an option to hit player 4 for a layup. But if there's bad defensive coordination or communication, we can take that 3 ourselves. Now in this next play, we're going to have our high post players come out, and we're going to have a screen, or at least the point guard's going to be using one of the two screens. He's going to choose the right side in this play. Now this is just a quick, easy screen and roll with the other option who was screening popping out for a three-point opportunity. Now the reason why this is actually a very good play is because, of course, we could hit that roller that we see here, but instead, if this player decides to come down and cut off this drive, which does happen on occasion, then player 4, red, he would be the one who would be essentially profiting off that one, because that would be a pass up towards the point for a three-point shot. So how this one looks is both of these players come up, they both set their screen. I call this a sandwich screen because, of course, player 1 doesn't have an opportunity to get out of it. In this video anyways, player 1 takes that right screen. Now, what could happen is we'll have player 4 hedging in most cases, and then player 4 red, he'll be the one rolling towards the basket, and because of the hedge, which is player 4 popping out on player 1, we will usually see player 5 pop down, and player 1 still trying to fight through that screen chasing player 1, in which case player 5 would be wide open for that three-point shot. Now if you don't have a player 5 who can shoot that shot, you can easily just swap out player 2 maybe in the high post and maybe player 3 in the high post instead, running the exact same player 2 popping out for the 3, in which case now we would have player 1 pass to player 2 for the 3, but something that also does happen on occasion is as soon as that reverse pass happens to player 2, this will draw back up his main defender who was helping out with that roll, and now that leaves a 3-point down to layup pass, a point down to low post pass for player 3 to make basically an easy layup. And of course, if the defense collapses, he can kick it out to either player, but I hope that makes sense. Now, I hope that these plays help your team win more games. If they do, hit that like button and subscribe. Go check out all of the equipment that I use down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again next time.